This is a great view, isn't it? So this is the Above Bar Church in Southampton, just up from the West Quay shopping centre. And who the heck are you?
Hi there, my name's Chris. I'm the church manager here at Above Bar.
So tell me, this church is pretty famous, Chris, yeah?
Yeah,
do you know anything about the history?
Yeah, it's all on the website. Yeah, there's a real tradition of good Bible teaching and some great names who have been ministers here over the years. So yeah, a great tradition, and yeah, we trust that it's continuing.
So how many folks do you get coming along?
I think it's about 800 who come on a Sunday over 3 services. We've got a membership of just over 450, and then yeah, as I say, twice that maybe in on Sundays or coming along to other events. So do you get many non-Christians coming along? Yes, yeah, we do. Our city centre location means we get plenty of people who are just passing, and our whole kind of evangelism kind of strategy is around relational stuff. So in people's localities, people are getting to know people, and hopefully showing Christ's love out and about, but also bringing them into the services here. Sounds like a thriving church. Do you know what your percentage male to female split is? Good question. We do a census each year, roughly 50-50, I think. That's very good, isn't it? That's very good. You're bucking the trend there, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right. It's more female dominated in most places, isn't it? But yeah, 50-50, I think. So do you ever do any street preaching or anything like that? Because you're in an ideal location just down the road from West Quay. Yeah, there's some people that do go out on a weekday, I think on a Saturday, not just specifically from this church, but as kind of an inter-church thing. But it's not something we kind of do. We used to do a Taste Freedom Cafe on a Saturday for people who are passing, but we're kind of developing our city centre presence as we speak. So, but yeah, as I say, mostly at the moment our kind of evangelism heart is through friends and relationships where we live. But on a Saturday you've got a little cafe, is that right? That was the case, yeah. We don't actually run that anymore, but yeah, up until maybe a year ago we used to open the doors on a Saturday. We used to do the same at Christmas. What made you stop that? Lack of volunteers really, and also sometimes you do have to stop things in churches. I think a lot of churches do kind of continue things. There wasn't really enough missional heart there, there wasn't quite the numbers, and rather than just kind of beat people up for volunteering for one more Saturday, we just thought we'll leave it to one side and wait till that missional passion came up again, in which case we're delighted to support it if that came. Did you get any fruit from it? Did anyone come in? Did anyone come to Jesus? Did anyone come to the church? I think there was a little, and good connections made, and plenty of needy people would come in. So there was certainly lots of just showing Christ's love just by giving out a free cup of coffee and sitting and listening. So it was a good witness in that respect, but I've not been made aware of kind of loads and loads of conversions that happen through it. Do you think this kind of stuff, like an invitational cafe, like street preaching, only touches really needy people and not, now I'm going to have to put this in inverted commas, not normal people? Possibly. I'd prefer one of my ministers or someone with a little bit more knowledge to answer a question like that, but anecdotally from what I've seen, yeah. And I've got a heart for some of the people who are less fortunate, so I don't see that as a problem if we reach people who are selling the big issue or whatever. But yeah, if you ask me how my friends would react if there was someone kind of screaming at them from the pavement, they would probably walk on by. That is absolutely fantastic. These are your friends, obviously, that are not Christians, which is great. You've got non-Christian friends. Would they ever come to church, though? Maybe, maybe not. So part of our vision at the moment is kind of reaching out through kind of sort of missional communities, as we call them, clusters. So I'm involved in a football one, for example, and one of my non-Christian friends has just been to the Ukraine with us. We went and did a football camp in Ukraine, which is through one of our mission partners here. And so those touch points are probably more likely to get people drawn in to begin with. Other non-Christians come to our Thursday night football, and then we will be looking to find other kind of non-threatening ways that we can share Christ's love through maybe kind of men's breakfasts or golf days, and we have a speaker in the evening. It sounds as though you're talking about being normal but with purpose. Yeah, I think we talk about it sort of being going with the grain really. We've got a church full of people with passion for different things, and where we can find passion in 5, 6, 7 people, and we can find a little bit of leadership within that as well, we're saying go and do that, whether that's kind of a book club, a film club, or a geographical area, or a sport or whatever. Yeah, that certainly seems to yeah, be something that we're trying to do here.
Final question, mate. Some people would say, on the one hand, what you just described, being normal with purpose, going with the grain, is being wise. It's fulfilling the gospel, going out, making disciples, preaching Jesus, as it were, oftentimes without words, and it's being wise. Some other people would say, the heart of it, however, is being deceptive, because you're there, essentially, not to celebrate them as human beings and have friendships with them for the sake of who they are, but to actually tell them about Jesus. And often that's not up front. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a good question. If someone said that, you could have a lively discussion. For me, I've been a Christian for quite a while. So for me, it's just me being me. So it's not me specifically on a mission one day and then not being me or Christian-y in the next scenario. I mean, if I'm living my whole life for Christ and sharing that with Christians and non-Christians, hopefully they will not see it that way. Hopefully they'll know quite quickly this is what I do, and they're quite happy to come along or not come along. I've got plenty of non-Christian friends who are still non-Christians after many years, and for me it's a privilege to know them and go through life with them. Whether Christ calls them ultimately in the end, we'll see.
You have been awesome, and you've made me a cup of tea, so I'm going to drink it now. Thanks ever so much indeed, friend. God bless you.
Cheers.